Hello and welcome to week 5 of EDUC 407. Here's the video for this week's assignments, just to make sure that we know exactly what to do. These assignments are not due till March 5th. Okay, so it's not tomorrow, which is February 26th, but March 5th. Our next scheduled meeting on campus will be on the 9th of March at 5 p.m. For those that have to do it on Zoom, I will make sure to send a link at that time. You have 3 assignments that you have to take care of this week. The first of which is the book club template, and we'll kind of go over that. You will need a textbook for this. So I know I sent out the email, but I want to make sure you guys get the textbook, okay? You will need it, okay? You can't do it without it. And you'll need it for the rest of the session, okay? So very important. Second one is education blogs and Twitter hyperdoc. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. And to go along with that, there'll be a Slack post that you'll have to do with regards to it. Okay, but first things first, let me look at the coding programs and let me show you this. Some of you guys have already kind of talked to me. Coders right here, I got a lot of messages saying that you're not able to access it. If you can't access it, no worries whatsoever. Don't worry about it. Just do the ones you can do. I guess it's giving an error message. It's not a secure site. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Sometimes these things happen where they were working and they're not working now. We're not going to stress out about it. So if you're watching this video and you're trying to do that and you're like, I don't know what to do, ignore it. Okay. Just do the other ones that you can do. Okay. That's the big thing. So there should be a number of them you can do. Make sure you spend 10 minutes at least on each one, about an hour total, making sure that you're writing. And again, make sure you do a summary of each of the programs, the ages and grade levels they talk about, pros and cons, okay? And do that for all the ones that you can get access to. If you can't get access to it, no stress whatsoever. But I wanted to make sure of that because I've had a few people message me so far, so I just want to make sure that's very clear. Okay, let's go into the content itself. So we're in week 5. The first one is the book club template. Okay, so this is going to go for week 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we are creating what is called a project-based learning lesson. So you're going to be working a lot of times independently, but then you and your group are going to be working during the week discussing things, okay? So the first thing you have to do is make a copy of that Google Slide template, okay? So it should force you to make a copy. So if it says make a copy, agree to it because that'll be your copy. What you're going to do is going to complete slide 2 using your textbook. And in order to complete slide 2, what you're going to do is submit your learning, a summary of each of the chapters on the Padlet link within the template. So let me show you what that looks like. So here's our book study template. Okay, this is for EDUC 407. So this is the first slide. Obviously, you're not going to do anything with it. When we come to slide 2, okay, when we come to slide 2, you need to read chapters 1 and 2. Make sure you're reading those chapters. Make sure you get the book, of course. And then go to this Padlet. So you can click the link directly here. And that's going to take you to where you can basically write out what you've learned from those first 2 chapters. Again, about a paragraph each for each chapter. As long as you do that, you're going to be perfectly fine. Please do not turn in or try to turn in this file. You're not doing that until week 8, to the last day. Because what you're going to do is you're going to make changes to the file as we go along. You will be adding stuff, adding slides, potentially doing work on there. So when you turn it in, I can look at it at the very end. Okay, this is going to be your template to get you started on it. Keep in mind, as we learn to make project-based learning things, I am not expecting you to be a master at making a lesson. What I am expecting is that you start getting ideas of how things should look. So that way, when you are in the classroom, you kind of have an idea, oh, this is what I want to see. This is what I can do. This is what I can't do, and so forth. Because you know what? Every class, every year is different, even for myself. So things that I might have used 5 years ago, I can't use it anymore, or I have to adapt. So again, I'm not expecting this to be a finished product when you're done, but just to give you an idea of how to start looking at those things. Okay, so that's our first assignment. Again, you will have to read those chapters. If you haven't got the book, make sure you get on Amazon, get the book, because you'll need it. Okay, coming back here to our content. Okay, the second assignment is the education blogs and Twitter hyperdoc. This is also another document that you will copy and you will write on your own copy. Make sure, let me open it up right here. Here's our educational blog and Twitter HyperDoc. You will all have a copy of this. What I want you to do is go to these 3 specific education blogs, and they have links on them. Edutopia, Ditch That Textbook, Cola Pedagogy. And I want you to find a 4th one. I would just type in teacher blogs, and you should be able to find something. There's a lot of blogs out there. You want to give me a brief description of what it's about. Find one article or post or something that really intrigues you and kind of describe that. If they have resources, find a resource that you find very interesting, and one tool that you might take away from reading through the post of the blog or anything like that. Okay, so I want you to do that. Then what I want you to do is come down here, and we want to look at Twitter. Now, you may have your own personal Twitter, and again, one of the things I did say in class is that you should always keep your personal life and your educational life a little separate, only because some things that you share personally, you probably don't want kids to find out. So in order to keep that from happening, you want to make sure it's separate. Okay, but Twitter for Teachers is an article there that's really good. So how teachers can use it to help themselves, inspiring educators on Twitter to follow, and then how to start your own if you want to do that. You are not required to make a Twitter account. I just want to make that very clear. I just want you to see how Twitter could be used to help further not just your students' learning, but your own pedagogical practice as you start learning. One of the things that, as a young teacher, I didn't have a lot of resources. So I had to rely on those that were around me. Now, with the advent of the internet, with social media, you can meet with people from all around the world, and you can get those ideas, and it can be very powerful to help you learn, especially as a new educator. But also, just in general, you'll see that everybody's dealing with the same issue, so you're not alone. So Twitter can be very helpful to get ideas, to bring out concepts that you might not have realized that you have to worry about, but also at the same time, you have people to contact with and collaborate. And that teacher network can be very, very powerful. So make sure you fill out this stuff. Once you fill this out, then your next step is to come back, and what you're going to do is the last part is the Slack post. What I want you to do is answer these 2 questions, and they should be separate responses. But go to the hashtag learning from others. It's in the Slack. And thinking about your learning on the HyperDoc, how do education blogs and teacher Twitter help teachers learn from other educators? You might have already learned some stuff. You might not, but it might give you some ideas. And then the second part is, how are we able to widen our learning community with these tools? Just think about our learning community. You guys are a set of 8 students in the class. You guys are a little community. Now, when you guys start getting into the teaching world, you'll have your community of teachers that are within your grade level, with your subject level, sometimes within your school as a group, but then you have as a district, and then you start branching out, and you realize that there's a lot of resources out there that people want to share and help you out with. So I just want you to kind of think how we're able to use that to widen our learning communities. These are the 3 assignments that you have to do for week 5. Okay. If you're still trying to finish some stuff from the previous weeks, feel free to get that in. That's not a problem. A lot of you guys have also emailed me or messaged me saying you changed the permissions on some of the assignments that I said before. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be looking at that probably tomorrow or on Monday, working on getting that stuff done. But otherwise, keep up the good work. Make sure if you have any questions, you're emailing me or texting me. I do appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks. If you do have any questions, please let me know. If you need me to meet with you guys on, I believe it's the 2nd. Okay, so March 2nd, which is this Thursday coming up. If somehow you're stuck or you need some help with anything, message me. I will open up a Zoom meeting for that. You're more than welcome to that. I don't want you to be frustrated, but if you don't need to meet, don't worry about it. But I will make that available for anybody that needs it. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you soon.